Hello, my crafty friends. Today I am sharing a trio of mini slimline cards that I made for Valentine's Day. The pattern paper is called Love Notes from Doodlebug, and there's also a sheet of stickers in it. It's 12 by 12 patterned papers, and there's cut-aparts included. The pattern paper is double-sided, and there's also a package of embellishments. I think they're called odds and ends, and I have those as well. I've just been having so much fun with this pack. So that's the pattern paper that I used. And new in my craft room is this Mini Slimline die from Kat Scrappiness, which has actually got a heart in it. I didn't bring it over. I love sunburst dies and stencils, etc. So when I saw that this one was a Mini Slimline one and it has the heart in it, and I love hearts, it was like, yep, gotta order that. And it also has the stitched border around the outside edge, so I really like it. And as I usually do when I have a background die that has so many follow-away pieces, I die cut it from one of the pattern papers in the package, one of the 12 by 12 patterned papers, saved the follow-away bits to add into a second card. Then I cut it again from pink cardstock, and you can see here's all of the follow-away bits that would normally have just been thrown away from this card, made a second background, and then the pink follow-away bits I added back in, but I only added them on every other area. So then I got 3 colors on my sunburst. There were some pink ones left over. I have saved them at this point, put them in a little bag in the clear envelope that I store my die in. Whether or not I use them, I will just hang on to them for a while. I figure it just gives me options. And all of these embellishments came in the separate pack, the odds and ends pack. So I thought they were cute. And I'll be sending out these cards for Valentine's Day for the grandkids. So the other thing that it came with is there was a sheet of tags. So a 12 by 12 sheet of tags. There's some that were vertical and some that were horizontal. Now I haven't used too many of the horizontal ones, but I did want to use these ones. They are a 4-inch length, but you could still layer them down the front of a slimline card, layer them or put them across a slimline card. I just cut them apart so I could use them, and after I cut them apart, which I don't usually do when I have a sheet of cut aparts, I usually just go in and fussy cut out the one that I want to use and leave the rest of the sheet whole, because of course there's always things on the back side. Now this one, they were printed on the back side with just tag toppers, so it was no big waste to cut them up and use them. Once I got them cut, I realized they would make really cute pop-ups. So the cards are pop-ups inside. So this one says, "You make my heart sing," and I thought it went well with the music notes. And this, the February 14th, has "You make my heart happy." After I added the tag, I thought, oh, they just need a little pop of color. The tags are 2 inches across by 4 inches high. I cut one of the pattern papers in the package. This stripe is one of my favorites in the package. I just love it. I cut a 1 by 4 inch strip because I didn't need the whole width of the tag. This tag was already adhered onto my Simple Box platform. So then I just added this piece on the back. Let me see if I can... Yeah, so you can see the pink one is the strip that I cut separately. I added a Doodlebug heart. Those are the rainbow hearts. I've been showing them and using a ton of them. I just love them. They're quite flat. They won't actually impede the mailing at all. This heart was sitting on my stamping table. I try to keep the little scraps. So this was rainbow packing tape. I used it on a different card and die cut some items out of it. It's rainbow packing tape from Amazon that I just very patiently and very carefully adhered to white cardstock. It's a process, and you have to be willing to embrace bumps and wrinkles, and because it's just packing tape, it stretches, and I use it a bit, but I also keep any of the spare bits that I use because it is a process to get the packing tape on the cardstock. So this, as I said, was just sitting on the stamping table, and I thought it was a good way to disguise that hanging hole, some white gel pen, and room to sign my name. So that's the pop-up card there. And I'm going to talk about the striped paper again in a minute. The second card, another pop-up using another strip of the cardstock. It's just the 1-inch strip. This one has got the pretty florals on the background. And again, room to sign our name. I think the grandkids will enjoy these ones, and they are my favorite mini slimline size to make. 3.5 by 6 inches. Those fit in a number 8 envelope for mailing, or a 6 3/4 inch envelope as they're sometimes called. And then I made a third one because I've been working with this paper, and I had a piece that was just a little bit bigger than this sitting on my stamping table. I used waffle flowers nesting dies to cut the panel so all my edges were straight. And then I thought, nah, it needs a little something. So I added another piece of that striped paper. So I wanted to show you that today. This is what I do a lot when I have patterned papers like this. So it's this wonderful stripe. I really like the back side as well, but I'm forsaking that to have the stripes. I then take my paper cutter and I cut strips. So I have 1-inch strips. I have a couple of 3/4-inch strips. Mostly I do 1/2 inch. You could do a 1/4-inch strips as well. And then you can just use them as needed on projects. It's such a great way to add a pop of color, and they go with so many of the patterns because, of course, with Doodlebug, all of the colors match. So these stripes go with everything in the pad. So that is what I used on the front here. I used a 1-inch strip, and the rest of that 1-inch strip was used here. There's probably a little bit left over. I throw all those little bits. I save all of those, and they are in a little like stamp packaging bag that I keep in with the pattern papers. So if I need a little flag or something for the inside, that's where I will go for that. So top and bottom, there's my little 1/2 inch. The pop-up is just, as I said, a simple box pop-up. I've got a couple of videos on how to do those. I will link them in the description box below. These larger hearts are from Doodlebug as well. They're called Love This, and everything that's available will be linked on my blog. It did seem like it needed a little something, and I went through all the papers. I went through different embellishments. I couldn't decide what I wanted to kind of peek through below this tag. And then I realized the back side of one of the pattern papers had this Love You print on it. So I used Karen Burniston's new Hearts crosshatch. So they're alternating crosshatch edges with either a straight edge or a fancy edge. And I just die cut that, added that in, and I liked it much better. So there's still room to sign our name, and I have 3 Mini Slimline Valentines ready to send out to grandkids. I forgot to talk about the element on the front. It's one of the stickers from the package, and I liked the size of it. I liked the yellow. It was kind of a fresh change from all of the pink and red. So I took the sticker and added it with wet glue. I'm always a little leery about adhesive not holding up on stickers. So I added it to white cardstock with wet glue, made sure it was good and dry, and then just fussy cut it out right along the edge. So that also made it a sturdier element that I could pop up with foam tape. So that is where that element came from, and you can see another one of the little rainbow hearts added right there. So if you enjoyed my video today, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.